Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a neon liquid distortion texture in Blender 5. This is the exact texture I used to make this animation, and I'll walk you through the whole process step by step. I'll be using Blender 5 for this tutorial, but don't worry, most recent versions of Blender should work just fine. For all the node-based work, I'll be using Node Wrangler, which is a free add-on that comes with Blender. If you're not familiar with Node Wrangler yet, click the link in the top right and check out my quick tutorial on that first. It'll make this a lot easier to follow. Alright, let's jump in and get started. I'm going to break this tutorial down into 3 parts. 1. Setting up the scene. 2. Making the material. 3. Animation. So let's get started. First, we need to clear the scene. Select the default cube and the light, then delete them. Next, select the camera. To reset its location, press Alt plus G. To reset the rotation, press Alt plus R. Now let's add a new plane. This will be our canvas. Scale it up so it's nice and large. Split the window and drag a new panel over to the left side. In that new window, press numpad 0 to go into camera view. Select the camera, move it up on the Z-axis, and adjust it so the canvas fills the camera view. Finally, select the plane and switch over to the shading tab so we can start creating the material. Alright, let's start by cleaning things up a bit. First, close or remove any panels we're not going to use. Then create a new material and give it a name. Switch over to camera view and change your viewport shading to rendered. Right now, the scene will probably look pretty dark. That's fine. Just go ahead and uncheck Scene World so we can see the material more clearly. Now let's add a wave texture. With the wave texture selected, press Ctrl plus T to automatically add the texture coordinate and mapping nodes. This uses Node Wrangler. To preview the wave texture, press Shift plus Ctrl plus left, click on it. Take the object output from the texture coordinate node and plug it into the vector input of the mapping node. Set the wave texture scale to 0.5. Next, add a color ramp and drop it onto the main connection. Bring the black and white color stops closer together to increase the contrast. Now preview the principled BSDF and connect the color ramp output into the base color input. Make a bit of space by dragging the texture coordinate and mapping nodes slightly to the left. Then add a noise texture and drop it onto the connection between the mapping node and the wave texture. Alright, let's tweak the settings to bring this texture to life. On the noise texture, switch it to 4D, turn off normalize, then set scale to 1, detail to 1, roughness to 1, linearity to 0.1, distortion to 1. Next, go to the mapping node and stretch the texture along the x-axis by setting the x scale to 0.5. Now adjust the wave texture. Set distortion to 5. Set detail to 0. Set detail scale to 5. Over on the color ramp, add a few extra color stops and change them to whatever neon colors you like. This is where you can really customize the look. Then increase the metallic value on the principled BSDF to 0.6. Take the color output from the noise texture and plug it into the roughness input of the principled BSDF. Now let's add some surface detail. Add a bump node. Plug the noise texture color into the height input, then connect the normal output from the bump node into the normal input of the principled BSDF. Set the strength to 0.5 and the distance to 0.5 as well. You can tweak these if you want a stronger or softer effect. And that's it. The main texture is finished. Next, we'll move on to animating it. Alright, let's animate this. Go down to the bottom of your screen and drag up to create a new window. Change that window to the timeline. Make sure you're on frame 1. Now go back to your noise texture node. Hover your mouse over the W value, since we're using 4D noise, and press I to insert a keyframe. Then move to your end frame, for example, frame 250. Change the W value to 1.5 and press I again to insert another keyframe. Hit play and watch the animation. If you like the movement, we're good to go. Once you're happy with it, switch back to the Layout tab. Now let's set things up for rendering. Go to the render settings. Change the render engine to cycles. If you have a GPU, switch device to GPU, compute set, viewport, max samples to 50, set, render max samples to 300. Under color management, change the look, setting to very high contrast. This will really make those neon colors pop. Now let's light the scene properly. Go to the world settings, click the yellow dot next to color, and choose environment texture. Click open and load in an HDRI of your choice. In your viewport, turn off the toolbar, gizmos, and overlays for a cleaner look. Make sure your viewport shading is set to rendered. And that's it. If you're happy with everything, save your file and render out your animation. And that's it for this tutorial on how to make a neon liquid distortion texture in Blender 5. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to help. And if you have any tips or feedback, I'd love to hear that too. I'm always looking for ways to make these tutorials better for you. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and feel free to share your projects with me there. I love seeing what you create. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Blender tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.